Larry is the chairman and CEO of BlackRock. And Larry, congratulations. You are doing the impossible. You're organically growing the largest asset base in the world at a level that's high single digit. It's impossible. So tell us how you're doing it.
Well, hi, everyone. How are we doing it? I think it's, we also had our 25th anniversary a couple of weeks ago, or last week. I think we've positioned the firm to take advantage of the growing capital markets worldwide. I think the foundational belief when we started the company 37 years ago, when we went public 25 years ago, was about more and more of the world's economic growth will be financed through the capital markets. And we positioned ourselves in that in all different measures. In 2009, when we did the acquisition of BGI, we had a belief that ETFs are going to be one of the vehicles in which we're going to be doing more and more economic activity. When we bought BGI, iShares had $340 billion. Today is $4.2 trillion. Even in 2012, when I think on this show I said ETFs are becoming the major engine for fixed income, we crossed $1 trillion of fixed income ETFs. And now what we are seeing through the capital markets is the blending of privates and publics. I think we're going to see portfolios that are going to be looking at publics and privates in a blended way. And that's why analytics and data are going to be even more and more important in the private area. We acquired Preqin. We'll close that at year end. I think that'll be the major component of making privates even larger and the role of the capital markets even bigger. So we're seeing now private credit becoming more the domain of the capital markets, away from banking and insurance. This is all a part of the growth of the capital markets, and BlackRock's now positioning over the next 5 years of becoming a large-scale player in India. And what we are working on creating a whole new retirement platform in India with our partners Geo. So all of this is just building on the capital markets, and then importantly, when I think about our role, we own a large share of every company in the world in their credit business and in their equity. And so we're perceived as a long-term investor, a partner with all these corporations. We're not this transactional firm going in and out. And so when you think about things that were going on, they're coming to BlackRock both for how can we expand our platform. We announced a few weeks ago our Microsoft MGX.
This is it.
Right.
September 17th.
Right.
Breakthrough.
And, it's about BlackRock helping and playing a role. That also explains the industrial logic of why we did GIP.
Right. Which you just closed.
Which we just
Global
closed.
Infrastructure Partner, adding another $116 billion in assets. That's not part of the...
Not part of the number, no.
But I want to talk private credit because you just brought it up, of course, in your initial remarks here. Right now, it's been a place where institutional money has largely played, insurers, the asset base there. BlackRock is known for bringing these things to the masses. Is there and are there going to be products where obviously you can't offer the daily liquidity, but where you can get an audience similar to what you've done on the ETF front for public equities? Or Bitcoin.
Right.
And how is that going to evolve? Because I've spent a lot of time here talking about the growth of private credit because it's so important.
So, David, I think it's about creating analytics and data in that sector to help investors understand it so we could compare and contrast public and private. Obviously, through that, we broaden the market, and through broadening the market, we create more liquidity.
Which almost makes it like a public market, though,
yes,
in a sense.
It should be. I think about it when in my early days before BlackRock we created the mortgage-backed securities market. Nobody even wanted to see or hear from me, but each day we try to grow and build something that was very illiquid to something that became one of the largest liquid markets in our capital market. I think this is the evolution of the capital markets.